Hello friends, this is Girish.M.V, the YouTuber of Plane Crashes Explained. So in this video, as I mentioned in the introduction video, I'll be explaining a few plane crashes that air in the TV show Mayday. But before we get into the crashes, we'll see what really is Mayday. Mayday is a Canadian TV series that is airing on National Geographic, with a few episodes airing every year. It's been airing from 2003. So far, 180 episodes and 20 seasons have aired. Also, the 21st season is due to begin today. I'll be making all those 180 episodes over the next few months. However, so now it explains a lot of plane crashes such as terrorist bombings, hijackings, structural failure, pilot error, pilot suicide, and other things. So now let's get right into the crashes. First on the list is United Airlines Flight 1811. This is the pre-landing where the cargo door is being locked. And this is a scene where the plane is taxiing out to the runway. And here we are on the runway. At first, nothing could go wrong according to them. The plane successfully takes off. It had many passengers on board. The plane was a Boeing 747-100. Now, let's see where it is bound. The plane will fly between Los Angeles and Sydney, with stopovers in Honolulu and Auckland on February 24, 1989, with 355 passengers and crew on board. The plane took off at 1:52 p.m. that day. But soon after, something went wrong. The cargo door, which had been showing locked during the pre-landing, is seen separating from the aircraft. Soon after, the plane begins to lose altitude. This is when the emergency starts. The plane now has to turn back and make an emergency landing at Honolulu before anything could happen. Even though a total of 9 people were killed when they were ejected to the aircraft. Also, at the same time, both engine number 3 and 4 flamed out. There was an explosive decompression in the cabin. At the same time, soon the plane descended to a breathable altitude. Now you can see the lights of Honolulu down there. It seemed that nothing could go wrong except for the cargo door had been blown out. But there was a pretty high chance of the plane crashing, even though it was an approach to Honolulu. But to their relief, the plane makes a successfully emergency landing. Other than the 9 people who were ejected from the aircraft, everybody survived the incident. This is a plane softly touching down the runway at Honolulu. And soon after the plane stopped, inspections of the plane began. This is the remainder of the fuselage after the incident. You can see there was pretty much damage to the thing, isn't it? Now, it was destined at a short circuit in the cargo door that caused the cargo door to burst open. The next crash on our list is American Airlines Flight 1420. The plane was a McDonnell Douglas MD-82 with a total of 145 passengers and crew on board on June 1st, 1999. It was a flight between Dallas and Little Rock. At first, the plane took off from Dallas without any problems. In fact, everything seemed normal. The weather was fine at this time. But this was a different kind of crash. The crash was mainly attributed to the pilots not arming their spoilers during the final pre-landing checks. Now what happened? Well, we're getting to know that soon. As you can see, the plane continues to descend without any incident. Even though it was, so this was mainly pilot error. Soon the plane prepares to land at Little Rock in Arkansas. Soon the plane lands without any problems. Does it have any problems? Yes, it had a major problem. Since the plane's spoilers were not armed, the accident happens. The plane speeds off the runway and bursts into flames. Out of the 145 people on board, 11 died. This is the wreckage of Flight 1420 after the crash. It crashed just short of the Arkansas River. Next on the list is Swissair Flight 111. Now, in the first two crashes, only a part of the passengers on board died. That means not everyone died. But this one was really different. Swissair Flight 111 was a flight. It was in McDonnell Douglas MD-11 with 229 passengers and crew on board. Just a moment here. Now, the plane was a flight between New York City and Geneva. A total of 229 people on board. As you can see, the flight was without any problems at first, as did nearly all the crashes. But soon, a fire started in the first class of the aeroplane. It now started to quickly lose altitude. A pan message was declared by the pilots, but it was too late. Even though an emergency was declared, it was of no use. Soon, the fire spread to the cockpit. This is how the fire spread. The yellow color is where the fire spread to. As you can see, it spread out to nearly the entire first class and the cockpit, most likely the forward fuselage. Since the fire spread to the cockpit, it probably killed the pilots. The plane was sent to a nosedive and slammed into the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Canada. All 229 people on board died. This is the wreckage of the plane after the accident. Also, what was the reason for this plane crash? Well, an investigation showed that incorrect settings for the entertainment systems on board the first class and the business section had caused the plane to catch on fire. The final crash we're going to discuss is Airloperu Flight 603. Now, there was a control malfunction. Soon after takeoff, this is a scene of Airloperu Flight 603 taking off. The plane was a Boeing 757, registered as N52AW. It was a flight between Miami, United States, and Santiago, Chile, the stopover in Lima, Peru. On October 2nd, 1996, it had a total of just 70 passengers on board. The flight had already landed in Lima when it happened. And 119 passengers disembarked. Now let's continue to watch the video. It departed for the final. The 757 departed for the final leg of the flight. Airlines Flight 603. Now this is when the problem occurs. The controls begins to warn them with kinds of warnings, including overspeed, underspeed, and low altitude. Other than that, it also meant after that the pilots thought they were at a safe altitude emergency. But when they weren't, it was just their belief. They were at a dangerously low altitude at this particular time. A Boeing 707 was sent to investigate to see what happened. But by then, it was too late. The flight soon almost landed in the Pacific Ocean below. First, its left wing skimmed the surface of the water, and soon it crashed into the sea. Killing all 70 people on board the plane. And thanks for watching this video. I'll be making another video depicting a couple of more crashes, probably tomorrow. Thanks for joining, and please like, subscribe, share, and comment for more videos.